Hello everyone. I haven't done a vlog in quite some time, so I was thinking last night would be a good day to do a vlog and just talk about a few different um, things and stories that I have been wanting to share. I thought it'd be better to talk about it on video versus writing it out on my blog. So, the first thing I want to talk about is a nice thing. A few weeks ago, James and I went to the MVD or DMV, the Motor Vehicle Department place, and we got there about half an hour before the line opened. Um, before the office opened, which was 8 a.m. So we got there at 7:30. Now this is like August in Arizona, so it's still really hot at 7:30 in the morning. So there was this long line, at least 30 people ahead of me. So I'm in line. We're out in the sun. There's like no shade, so we're all sweating. All the ladies are like fanning themselves with magazines or papers, whatever. So we get the doors open at 8. Everybody starts going in, getting in line for their ticket number to be called. And this senor, this older Mexican fellow, um, let me cut in front of him in line. Because as like when we went through the double doors, there was like um, one of those like partitions to kind of make like a single file line. So anyway, they were holding like different people were holding the door open for me so I could come in. But then I would like because we are trying to get in the AC and try to get everybody in the air conditioning room, So this guy was really nice and let me cut in front of him. So Mr. Senor guy, thank you for that. It was really sweet and we managed to get my photo taken, do the paperwork, and get out of there in about 40 minutes. That was cool. The other thing was actually it was the same day, the day that I went to the MVD. This is a sweet thing. So we had to take two city buses to get to the office, and connecting to the second bus, there was a young guy, a teenager, maybe 16, and I thought maybe this kid was on drugs or something because he was acting weird. Like he managed to cross the street at the light um, before James and I did because the light had turned to stop. So he was already across the street and we were waiting to cross. And this kid is like doing like high kicks on the corner and like marching like back and forth. And he crosses the street again by the bank, like across the street from the bus stop. And I'm like, okay, what is this guy doing? And so we go to the bus stop. There's another lady waiting there. He walks back toward the bus stop and he's like staring, looking right at me, like making eye contact with me. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, not really scared, but just not sure like how to act or what. I don't know. So I like waved to him hi, like or just said hi, and he just totally like looked at me with like a blank face. And I'm like, oh, okay. And James was behind me smoking, and I turned around and looked at him, and he's just like shaking his head, like, this guy's weird. So the kid, he went behind the bus stop, and there were some shrubs, and I didn't see him, and I thought he walked off again. And I'm like, where'd he go? And then all of a sudden, like a minute later, he pops up from behind one of the shrubs, and I noticed that his backpack is open, and I wanted to tell him that his backpack was open. And he comes from behind the shrub and he walks toward the lady, and she was looking kind of nervous and like kind of like backed away from him. And then he came like looking at me and the lady, and he went like that, like telling us that his backpack was broken. So it's like he knows sign language because he didn't speak a word. So then I'm thinking, okay, he's acting more normal. Maybe he's autistic. So we get on the bus and me and James get off, like the next mile and a quarter down the road, and James had to go get his bike off the bike rack. So like I was already off the bus, and I went, like the kids sat in the back of the bus, and I stopped and waved to him and said bye, and then he like did some sign language stopped and I don't know what he was saying, but like he like pointed up and then he did this like wings, like angel wings, and he like was telling me I think that he thought I was an angel or something, and then he did the I love you in sign language, which I knew that, and I know how to say thank you, which is like here, thank you, you know. So I did that to him, and he like shook his head, and he was like smiling, he kept waving, so it was just really sweet. I was like, oh my goodness. So that kid, I really hope he's okay. I think he's autistic or anything, but yeah, that was a cool adventure. The next thing, it's a funny thing. So about a month ago, maybe a little more than a month ago, James, me, and my friend Crystal went to Old Navy. James was outside the door smoking, so me and Crystal went in first. And right when you go into Old Navy, there's like, you know, a display, there's a couple of mannequins, and there was like a mom mannequin and like a couple kid like looking mannequins. Okay, I see this mannequin and it looks so real, like a girl, right? Like her clothes and everything. And I like look this way to Crystal and I look back at this girl. This mannequin that I thought was a mannequin was not a mannequin. It was a little girl. She like stood completely still, her face totally blank, not even blinking. And I just started laughing. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're real!" And then she smiled and she's like that. And then like her sister, I think, was like off to the side of her. And I was like, "Are you guys trying to trick people and thinking yeah, you're mannequin?" And they were like giggling, like, "Yes." I'm like, "Well, you sure fooled me. You guys did a great job, you know." So that was so funny. And Crystal was laughing because she saw them, and at first she thought they looked pretty like plasticky, like a mannequin too. And I was like, wow, that's so crazy, you know? Sonny, that was like the first time that's ever happened to me in my life. Like, if that was like a candy camera moment, like, I totally would have been like busted because I seriously thought for a minute that that girl was a mannequin, but she wasn't. She was a real life girl. So anyway, yeah. So thanks for listening to my stories. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.